Welcome to the Sleepy Girl Sleeps, where this girl has not been getting enough sleep for years. I've struggled since my teenage years with getting good quality sleep, and I've tried everything. So here I am sharing my journey with you and hopefully helping you understand what may be causing some of your sleep issues and maybe even finding something that works. I'm a product developer in operations by day, and I've worked in recent years on several supplements that have launched in the market in the sleep space, and I've explored a lot of the science behind it. I'm going to be testing some of the sleep products, gadgets, and homemade remedies. Hope to hear some from you guys that are on the market, helping explain some of the science about why we struggle with sleep, and even more so why women in particular struggle with some sleep. Despite my British accent, I do live in LA, and I'm aware that not everyone has cost-effective or easily accessible health insurance, or even a lot of free cash to spend on some of the super expensive gadgets and supplements on the market. So I hope to share with you a range of products and maybe some home tips and tricks to help you on your sleep hygiene journey if you don't have the money, time, or resources to maybe put into some of these things that I'm also showing on the market. I was a typical teen. I couldn't get out of bed. I was exhausted. I could sleep 12 hours and struggle to wake up for school. I could nap when I get home. I was constantly tired. The doctor brushed me off, brushed my mum off. Typical teen, lazy, eat more fruits and vegetables. When I got a little bit older, I found out I had PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome. Happens in way too many women. Really difficult, long story. I can dive into it if you guys want me to do that so in a future episode. So it's like, oh, that must be the cause. Lose some weight. And I thought, well, I'm an athlete. I play soccer. I play rugby. I'm in my prime weight. What am I losing weight for? This just doesn't make sense. So I spent the last 20 years talking to various doctors, and I can't tell you how many sheep I have counted. My go-to is sound. I need sound to help me fall asleep, and I'm weaning myself off it, which sounds a little crazy now I say it. My therapist says that I use sound to fall asleep so that I don't feel alone at night, which makes sense. I need noise just enough to help my brain stop churning and let me drop off to sleep. Are they crime podcasts? Maybe. I'm not going to deny that. They definitely are. Do I consider crime podcasts something that you should listen to fall asleep? I don't know. Maybe not. I don't. It works for me. It's worked for me for a while. Sleep and trauma are really well linked, so let's use that as our first topic today. There are 5 stages of sleep: wake, N1, N2, N3, and REM or REM sleep. They go lightest to heaviest, with REM being rapid eye movement, where your brain paralyzes your muscles so that you don't act out your dreams. We do not want to be fighting in our sleep or having night terrors. Each stage generally lasts about 90 minutes, and the longer you're asleep, the more you should spend in REM sleep, dreaming in your most relaxed state. It's super important that you move through all the stages. Non-REM sleep is where your brain helps clean itself, get rid of toxins and buildups, which helps reduce the risk of some disease like Alzheimer's and dementias. So it's really, really important that we go through these stages of sleep. If they're disrupted and you're not staying in them or moving through properly, then that isn't going to happen the way that it should do. Your brain isn't going to get as clean as it should do. The toxins might build up. You'll end up really tired and cranky, maybe not having good dreams. The human body really wasn't designed that well, but I think it's a little late to put in a design change request for me personally. So I don't think we can do that. Trauma affects everything, and I think all of us have some sort of trauma in our lives, some more than others. I was formally diagnosed with PTSD around 3 years ago. It didn't really change much, to be honest, other than like validating and explaining a few things. Trauma can cause nightmares, insomnia, fragmented sleep. It can definitely make PTSD worse, and it can cause physiological responses. It affects adrenaline, which then impacts sleep quality. It can even disrupt REM sleep, which, as we've just discussed, is one of the most important ones, where you dream and become paralyzed so that your body can do what it needs to do to recover in the night. On the flip side, there's So with something fun, it can cause increased arousal during non-REM stages. So trauma really has quite a lot to answer for when it comes to sleep. I guess everyone's trauma is different, right? I know for sure that my PTSD definitely affects my sleep. Um, I don't really move through the stages properly. I very rarely dream. I'm still pretty tired a lot of the time. When talking to my therapist, we think it's a danger response. I don't want to go into deep sleep just in case. Let's be alert. Let's make sure we're ready to react to anything. Not the greatest when I'm 34 and I've never been happier, healthier, or safer. So, not too sure why we're still doing that. But I did find over time that playing some noise, white noise, brown noise, podcast, rain, I love rain videos. You'll find some of them on my channels, that they do help. It helped me get to sleep and it helped me stay asleep. I think it's soothing. You know, there's no silence. There's also no danger. I really like if there's human voices because it makes me feel like I guess I'm not alone, and then there's not danger. So, do I recommend listening to podcasts? Probably not. I've switched it up, and I'm probably a little bit embarrassed to admit how many times I've listened to Stephen Fry read Harry Potter to go to sleep to. But it did get to the point where I couldn't even sleep without noise. But it has gotten a lot better. I've got better at not needing it to sleep and not needing it to stay asleep. But honestly, a big part of it is having a partner who I feel very safe sleeping next to. And I'm aware that you can't just go and buy a good man or a good woman off the shelf to help you sleep better. But honestly, it does help. I go weeks now without listening to something to fall asleep. I know that during really stressful times, either with work or family or life, I sometimes do still fall back on podcasts or noise to help me sleep and calm my brain. The biggest unlock, though, in 34 years of being alive, countless doctors trying to advocate for myself, spending money on glucose monitors and alarms and all these crazy things that are out on the market all the time, which promise you the best sleep of your life. I found out recently I'm going super hypoglycemic at night, which means my blood sugars are dropping really, really low at night, like into the 40s, which is not good. It's really affecting my sleep and energy levels. So right now I'm deep in hypoglycemia research. Hopefully there's more of that to come as I unravel that. I'm hoping to share some of that with you, and maybe you can understand if you're going hypoglycemic what you can do for your sleep. So now you know what this channel's about. I hope you come and join me for a weekly review with a tidbit of learnings about sleep, and hopefully we can figure out some better ways to get restful sleep. For you, for me, maybe you can share some tips and tricks with those that don't have YouTube and can't watch this. So come back next week where I'll be talking about something all biological women, the menstrual cycle. It impacts our sleep. So almost every single month for most of us, even the menopause, which women, we just can't really catch a break. I'll be also reviewing one of my new sleep products. They're the Loop Dream earplugs. So drop any comments below on your sleep routines, any tips, tricks. Maybe your grandma has a tip that she absolutely swears by to fall asleep in 5 minutes. Maybe you've tried a supplement or you've got a fancy alarm. Let me know what works for your sleep routines. More than happy to dive into those. Any products on the market that you don't want to spend money on, but you kind of want to hear about it and figure out, is it kind of like hocus pocus magic, or is it worth me spending, the dollars on that? Yeah, give it a go. Really want to get some sleep out there? Let me know. I'm willing to try, and I'll give it my best go to share some healthy sleep tips with you. Bye.